Dear little dude, hello, my son, hello, my little boy. You are 6 weeks old today, almost 7 weeks on Wednesday. I'm recording this on a Sunday. You are the biggest, tiniest little newborn that has ever existed in the world. Every time we hold you, it's like holding a 5-month-old who has the cognitive capacity of a 6-week-old. But speaking of your cognitive capacity, this week, for the first time, you started socially smiling at your mother and I. And what that means is that when you look at us, you recognize us and go, that's it. This is the smile. I don't get ee, but I get eh, which is better than what you get from a newborn in the first 6 weeks of them being alive because they can't do that. Today I was in talking to you when I first woke up. Your mom had been feeding you, and I went in and I said, hello, Henry. And you went, for a second, and it melted my heart and made the previous 6 weeks totally worth it. You are still not sleeping through the night. In fact, right now you are cluster feeding, so you're waking up every 2 hours or so. It's great. Your mom is especially thrilled by that since you're solely nursing, except for when I am feeding you. So it's going really well. And so I just want to take a moment this week to talk a little bit about optimism versus cynicism. And this has been on my head for two reasons. Number one, it's really, really easy to be cynical. It's really, really easy. It's really, really easy to get on the internet and see people who will take any good news and be cynical about why it's not actually good news, or find out why, well, this could be good news, but probably it won't happen, or it could be better good news, or any of the other things. It's really, really easy to poke holes on it. It's easy, and there's a community of people who you can find called the internet that will do that all the time. And I get exhausted by it because it is so easy to be cynical. It is so easy to poke holes in everything. It's so easy to look at anything that comes your way and just be like, that sucks, or that is not good enough. And I think it's also a very privileged thing to be able to do that, to look at anything going on in the world and be like, that is the worst, or that's not good enough, because it makes you feel smart. It makes you feel smart. It makes you feel righteous. Like, I am too good for any half measures that come my way. And so cynicism just drives me nuts, but I especially want to talk about optimism. And we've talked about positivity. We've talked about toxic positivity. For me, optimism is something that's a little bit different, and it's what I want to share with you, little man, and it's just this. Optimism for me is just understanding that things are temporary, and understanding that probably, in your limited knowledge, that they're better than what you expect. One of the big things that we have to be optimistic about all the time is when we have you, our newborn, everything that we do with you is a risk. Everything that we do is potentially going to increase the likelihood that you are going to die. And what I mean by that is when we put you in the stroller that we have for you, it's a little jogging stroller. And what we have been told is that if you use that jogging stroller, your baby could die because you'll put them at an angle that their neck will go down and then they'll choke or something. I don't know. I mean, I do know, but it's just like the mechanism by which you're dying always changes depending on who's telling the story. One of the things we've discovered with you is in the perfect world, you would sleep on your back in a bassinet. But you are not the perfect world. You are a 6-week-old newborn, and you hate your bassinet. You hate laying on your back, and especially stationary. So we have acquired 2 little sleep swings that rock you back and forth while you sleep. And it is everybody's opinion, including our pediatrician, of like, well, they could die. And that's really hard, because when you're trying to get sleep and you're trying to get your kid to sleep, and that's the thing you like the most, and I'm laying there in bed, all the time I will lay there in bed and I will watch you and be like, is he dead? Are you dead? And I'll like wait for you to fuss, or I'll wait for you to like make a little grunt so that I know you're not dead. And that's really hard. That's really, really difficult, to constantly be like, not only is my son about to die, but did I kill him? And by doing something as easy as, putting you in a rocker as opposed to putting you flat on your back. And so one of the things that for optimism that I just want to say is I want you to understand that, yes, there is risk in everything. There is danger in everything. And there's more danger in certain things. We don't smoke cigarettes around you, for example, because that's really bad for babies. We don't, for example, have you ride on our laps when you sit in the car because you need to be in a car seat. But everything we do has risk. Every moment that we have with you, there's a risk that you fall, or a risk that you hit your head, or a risk that you get a stomach bug, or all of those things. And for us, one of the things that grounds us is just optimism. And optimism is the fact that most likely, if we do our best, most likely you are going to be fine. And that's true whether we are following not the appropriate number of car lengths behind the car in front of us, or whether we're going 10 miles over the speed limit on the interstate. And that's true whether we put you in a rocker sometimes instead of in a bassinet. And I say this because life is full of danger and life is full of risk. And to a certain degree, you have to just look around and be like, I can't control any of it. I can't control all of it. I've just got to live my life and do the best I can. That's how your mom and I are staying sane, because, little man, having a newborn makes you feel like you're going crazy every day. Especially for me, because I'm working at the same time. And we just every day are trying to do our best. And all we can do is be optimistic about the fact that A, it won't always be this hard, and B, we are doing the best we can right now, and hopefully that will be good enough. So as I wrap up, this is a short episode this week. I just really have had those thoughts in my mind and want to share a little bit about my thoughts about cynicism, my thoughts about optimism. But you, little dude, like, it's okay. It's okay to be disappointed in things. It's okay to see that things aren't perfect. But also struggle and challenge yourself to find the things that are good. You don't have to be delusional. You don't have to pretend that everything's perfect all the time. But understand that things are probably okay. And understand that it is a skill to be able to trust that you are not smart enough to really know the nature of everything. I'm going to say that again. It is a skill to understand the limits of your knowledge and understand that you being cynical is actually not maybe telling the whole story. Maybe there's something to be optimistic about. Maybe there's more that you don't know that if you did know, you would be more optimistic. Challenge yourself. Be optimistic. Try it. It'll make you happier. And you can still know that things are hard and things are difficult, but also you can know that that's probably going to be okay. One of my favorite quotes from a Tom Petty song, who, by the way, is your Grandpa Lee's one of his favorite musicians, but most things I worried about never happened anyway. And I feel like that most of the time. So I'm going to assume that you made it to adulthood enough to watch this. I'm going to hope so. And if you did, you're looking great today, little dude. And if you're not little dude and you're watching this, you also look great. By the way, this week's dad joke that I want to tell you. If April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring? And the answer is pilgrims. May flowers bring pilgrims. Thinker. Are you in 3rd grade? Do they still teach about pilgrims coming over on the Mayflower? Who knows? What does the future look like for you? If you're in 3rd grade right now, little dude, or 5th grade or 7th grade, are you still wearing masks every day when you go to school? Do people still talk about COVID? I don't know. I'm pretty optimistic, though, that we're probably going to get through this as well. So if you're not little dude, always, go on to YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. You can just search Dear Little Dude if you're not watching this on YouTube, because I post it everywhere, because I'm not getting rich on it. I just want you to watch it and hopefully be a little bit entertained by it. And if you're a new parent, know that I'm in it with you. And if you are just a human struggling to get by, I'm also in it with you on that. So with that said, thank you, little dude. You every day make my life better, even as you make it harder. And I love you, and your mom loves you, and I hope you're having a terrific day. Goodbye, my son.